So Darren, we had talked off camera about some Disney adventure that you've been involved in. I worked, I don't know, 6 years at what we call the Magic Kingdom. What was your experience with the Magic Kingdom? You learned a trick or two. Huh?
I did. All these years cooking, you think you sort of know pretty much everything, and it took a royal prince to teach me how to cook bacon.
Really?
I remember Princess Diana took William and Harry to Disney World, and they had so much fun there. When they came back from Disney, Harry said, "Darren, we had these amazing peanut butter and jelly muffins. You need to make some muffins for us." So I said, "Okay, well, I'll get the recipe," and I found the recipe. And they said, and also we had this amazing crispy bacon. You could just snap it. And I said, "Oh, right, okay." They said, "But to make it, you actually cook it under the grill, the broiler, and then you put it in a paper towel and you put it in the microwave for 1 minute, just 1 minute." And this is little Harry, 10 years old, telling me this.
They've researched the whole...
He must have asked how you do it, how'd you make it so crispy? And he said, and then it goes in the microwave for 1 minute, and then you take it out, and then you can snap it. And I, "Oh yeah, right, yeah, sure, yeah, fine, yeah." And so then when the boys went out to play, I took a piece of bacon and cooked it, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." So I've been taught to cook bacon from a royal prince.
I'll be darned. At least you were wise enough to take the lesson.
I know I did. You got to try it.
Yes,
yeah, you never know. We're never too old to learn.
Well, there's just been big news around the world. I mean, it's even in this country, in spite of our American Revolution and getting rid of the Brits, we still follow the royals. And the birth of a new royal is always a big deal. And we have now the birth of a new heir to the throne.
Yes, we do. I mean, it's incredible. It amazes me how the Americans are so in love with the British royal family. And I travel all around the country doing events, talking about my time with the royal family and sharing royal dishes too. It's just, for me, it's hard to imagine Prince William with 2 children.
Because you coddled them as a child. Eh?
I mean, William and Harry, tiny babies. I pureed vegetables for them. Prince Harry, I held as a baby at Windsor Castle. Princess Diana came.
Was there security all around?
No, we were at the castle. No, I was getting all the Christmas food ready, and Princess Diana came into the kitchen at Windsor and said, "Darren, good to see you. I want some cereals."
Watch the kid.
So she said, "Hold Harry for me." And so I was literally holding the crown jewels like this.
Whoa!
While the princess was eating cereals. Yeah. So seeing them now, just with their own children, and we've got an heir, and now we've got a spare, and we're ready made for the next century. And I sort of looked at Princess Charlotte, and it made me think back to when my daughter was born, my eldest daughter was born. Mm-hmm. Princess Diana sent a note to the hospital to my wife Wendy that said, "Congratulations on the safe arrival of your little lady." When we brought her home, Princess Diana insisted we brought her in so she could hold her as a baby. And she did. She held her for like 20 minutes. And I remember then she said, "I want a little girl of my own. I desperately want a little girl of my own." And I know that, leading up to this birth, she would have had her fingers crossed and her toes crossed that they had a little girl. And how fitting that they put Diana in the name too.
Absolutely.
I think so. Charlotte, Elizabeth, Diana, I love that.
Great politics, really covering all the bases there.
Well, and putting Elizabeth before Diana, we've got to do that, right? The Queen comes first, yeah.
It's a beautiful name and a lovely child.
I think so, yeah. She'll be the apple of her father's eye. She'll be an apple Charlotte in food terms.
What do they have to look forward to growing up? I mean, it's kind of a privileged life. I mean, in our business, we cook for a lot of well-heeled folks, as it were, and it's got to be a challenge raising a child in a royal household to groom them for the life they face.
Well, William and Kate are trying to be as normal as possible.
Normal and by what standard?
Well, normal by royal standards. I mean, they don't have a chef. If you think that when William and Harry were born, I mean, just William, when William was born, the Prince Charles, Princess Diana already had 3 chefs working for them. William and Kate don't have any chefs right now.
It hardly seems like enough.
So Kate's in the kitchen taking lobsters and cutting their heads off and reducing them. No, she's not. But Kate's cooking in the kitchen right now. How does she do all that?
You better get her a copy of Mrs. Beaton's Household Management.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a fantastic book. I sent William a copy of my book, Eating Royally, when it came out. out and said, "This is a great book. I want you to show your children," because George wasn't around then, what Granny Diana was really like. And there's lots of sort of recipes and anecdotes and things.
No, it's a great book. I've enjoyed reading it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we did your bread and butter pudding on one of our episodes previously, and it was terrific. We had Lady Ridley Tree, which is one of our local royalty, insisted on taking the leftovers home.
But Princess Diana loved that dish, and I'd often make it in the kitchen. It would be on the side, and she'd come down to the kitchen for an orange juice or something, and she'd just sit there, and she'd actually sit on the chest freezers. Remember the old chest freezers? And she'd sit there and she'd be talking about Phantom of the Opera, and we used to have this rivalry over who'd seen the most musicals, and it was Phantom, Miss Saigon, Les Miserables, and she'd said, "Oh, I went to see Phantom twice last week," and then of course I got to meet Michael Ball, and it's like, "Oh, well, I didn't get to do all that," and then she'd be picking away at the raisins, the amaretto syrup raisins, and I'd just have to walk over and chat with her and just sort of move the dish out of the way, because this is for the Queen, this is for royal dinner. No, you can't do that.
Chef Darren, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today, and I hope you enjoyed it as well.